there, Leo. Welcome to your April 2021 General Tarot reading. It's Raina here. So, I always talk a little bit about astrology, but I'm not going to talk extensively about it. If you're interested in the astrology of April, I have that video up for you already on my channel. I'm going to stick mainly to the tarot here. But I will say that, the Aries energy that the month begins in with planets in Aries, including the sun, your ruler, hello, forms the easiest angle, or, the way the planets interact with one another, called the trine. And so manifestation is so much easier when that happens. And you can tell. You can tell that you're flowing, you're positive. Fire energy is very positive. So this is actually occurring in your 9th house, which is Sagittarius house. So travel, is a theme. And that's Sagittarius card, by the way. Oh my goodness. We got another major arcana. Oh. Screw that person. And screw that person. All right. Okay, well, I was going to say, it's funny because the Emperor is connected with Aries. So, that brings up a good point. I'm not suggesting that, even though I'm a Sag and you're a Leo, we're supposed to get along with one another. We're supposed to get along with Aries people because of that friendly angle. But I don't know about you guys. I have never really felt all that much love for, that's a phrase, for other fire signs, except for Sagittarius. My partner is a Sag. We've been together for many years. But I think in my particular case, it's because I have a lot of earth. And so I feel like that Leo energy sometimes is very overwhelming to me. It feels very over the top, and the Aries is very pushy. And so you may feel the same way about Aries people, that they are very pushy, and that you feel like you're competing with them in relationships. Even if it's a friendship, you may feel like, who's going to suck out more oxygen from the room if you're at a party together or something like that. So I'm just keeping it real, that, we have the 2 fire signs represented with the first 2 cards that I picked, and I just don't know how that's playing out for you. So the heart of the matter is the Temperance card, which is connected to Sag, and it's, you could say as above, so below, but I also say incorporating both of these sides of life. I got into a bit of hot water once. Not really. There's that fire exaggeration. Talking about Leos and saying, well, I don't know if Leos are all that spiritual overall. And someone said, oh, no, that's not true. And then I thought about the astrologer Alan Leo, who I think is a Leo, which would kind of be the point, when it probably isn't his real last name. Could be. I'm way too ADD without any coffee in my system. But anyway, this to me is the idea of not, but I think, see, there you go. I think Leos tend to be workaholics. Now, maybe not 100%. You could be a big, lazy, mountain cat, just lying in the sun all day too. But I think that you guys tend to be. And so even if you do have a connection to spirit, you may get lost with all of your ambition. And so this may be saying, whoa, Nellie, take a breather here. Get back into that spirit. Water, maybe going back, she's, or I don't know if it's a male or female, that the angel is stepping into the water. So learning how to, maybe going by a body of water. You may have inner planets in Cancer that, make you appreciate that anyhow, or moon in a water sign. So that can be an instant way to meditate by being by water, but tuning into nature, not just getting into the achievement, but going within, and just having that, instead of that manic or motive passion, as they talk about in yoga, the mode of goodness, which is sattvic, tendencies, that peace and that calm, not the drama of life. And we have in the past position the emperor. Now, if this is connected to an Aries person, and Leo in your life, that could be the drama. So this person, I wouldn't even be surprised if it's like a narcissist. Maybe you have come across a narcissist. And it's funny because Leos always get accused of being narcissists. But I find, for whatever reason, that Leos can be quite vulnerable in relationships. And maybe that's especially true if they have inner planets in Cancer, where they, or even Virgo, where they can be more yielding. The feminine energy can be more yielding, and they can find somebody overpowering them in that emotional thing. I think of Lucille Ball. I've mentioned her before being this big, television mogul. But she, her husband, Desi, was a Pisces, and their relationship didn't work out. And she, had that sense of vulnerability. I've seen interviews, and it's like, wow, and she was able to show that. And that's really wonderful. There's such a warmth with Leos that I love. So I don't want you to think I don't love you guys. I do. I mean, I really think that there's a generosity of spirit and of, just financially that you guys have. And that is what I'm talking about here, is that somebody may have gotten into your head, into your heart, and they're very controlling. This person may even have a job that is in a field where they can be in control, like a police officer, a military man, and they have that authoritarian air to them. This can also be the father. And the father, even if you are a middle-aged person, you can still be affected by your parents. When, especially if they are a narcissist and they have never been able to let go of that need to control. The higher message is the Five of Swords, and this was another reason why I mention this, is because this can be the person who is doing the narcissistic smears on you behind your back, and you can see the other people in the background. Actually, like even a boss, somebody in the workplace, this kind of person, like if you left a job and that person decides to try to destroy you because, how dare you leave their business or whatever, staying on an even keel. In yoga, they call it equanimity. So no matter what is going on in the outer world, you're like chilling because you know who you are. Whatever they're doing is not you. You know who you are, so they can say whatever they want. The emperor could be a facet of yourself that you're regaining control of your life. Maybe you're getting sober. Maybe that's what the temperance means for you. And you started to get control over your life, and now you're dealing with the aftermath, because maybe there are people around you, and it doesn't have to be just a lover, a partner. It could be friends. There are people in the background. So that could be like people that are not they're like frenemies, okay? And they may even smile to your face. I don't like to say those things because I don't like to be, to stoke paranoia. But if you resonate, it's probably, say it's probably because you have the moon in Scorpio. I have like these things that come into my mind, and I don't know if it's like I have. Sometimes I think I have a spirit guide that is really like mischievous, that always plants these thoughts in my mind that because whenever when I'm alone, I always feel like I'm with. I don't feel like I'm alone, but I don't have direct knowledge of my spirit guides. But I always feel like it's kind of fun. That's why I don't mind being alone because it's like I feel like I'm with other people, if that makes any sense. And I get these thoughts that come in my mind, and I wonder if they really are mine, but they're kind of like a lot of times they're mischievous. So, really, these kinds of people may have been like if you are getting sober, they could be your drinking buddies. You know what I'm saying? So these are people that you would have distanced yourself from anyway, and they don't want to see you get better. But it could be family members. Let's face it, not everybody has the Norman Rockwell family, so we have to be very aware of that and not try to act like everybody has a perfect family. I mean, it could be like your siblings, and there's all this stuff going on behind the surface, and they don't want you to succeed because they're where they are. What crosses you is the Page of Cups. If you have the moon in Pisces, if you have the moon in conjunction with Neptune, this shows up, or Mercury in conjunction with Neptune. When I'm doing personal readings, a lot of times these kinds of things show up where the person has a gullible side to themselves because they're very empathic, very loving, and trusting. That's a big word, is trust. And so it can make you attract narcissists who violate your trust. Being able to be caring without and trusting without just completely sticking your head in the sand. I mean, that is like a little bit of a balancing act, but there again, that's the Temperance card for you, right? And we have here what's coming in, the Seven of Swords. And that can also be like the Five of Swords. This can be a card that exposes somebody else's deception. However, this can also be a card that is about you kind of being, by yourself, or strategizing, being by yourself and not announcing it to other people, because a lot of times that's when they get, they get intense about it, when they feel like rejected. So if you're, for instance, if you have people in your life that you feel are dragging you down, and you are trying to get away from that situation, I'm trying to think astrologically. Let's see, Leo, Cancer, Gemini. Yeah. So is your 11th house Gemini? I think it is. So the 11th house for Leo is Gemini, and this is where the North Node is transiting. And this is bringing new people into your life. It's also tied to the eclipses, and you're going to have an eclipse in this area in June. And the people that you surround yourself with, they may very well be changing. And that can run the gamut. You might be, moving somewhere far away and that happens, or you just are getting sober and you're like getting away from all of those drinking buddies. So that makes sense to me on that level. But the thing is, there's a saying, never let them know that you've broken up with them. And so you're just kind of like sliding away, but you're doing so. Maybe, the phone calls are returned, but they're returned a little bit less frequently, and that kind of thing. And that can, make it so that you are able to Get on with your life with the least amount of drama. The outcome, Ace of Swords. This is about seeing things as they really are. It's also about, emerging victorious from a lot of stuff. And I would say for sure, this is a perfect example. That's Exhibit A. But I think the Ace of Swords is mental clarity first and foremost, because when you're in denial, like the Page of Cups, that can lead to a lot of making excuses for people and not. I think sometimes this is also because you don't want to necessarily change your life. You being a fixed sign, you may just really like to have things predictable, and when things feel like you can't really tell what to do, because you can't even see straight, it makes sense that it would be a little bit disconcerting, and your brain is in a fog. So now you're able to really see things as they are, and then you can move forward. So whatever deception has been in your life, it's not going to be there. Maybe in this period of April, that will be revealed to you, and you can move forward with a lot of clarity on your purpose. Okay, that's what I have for you, Leo. I hope that this resonated, and if you would like a personal reading, I'm primarily an astrologer. I have a couple of special extended readings that are a special price. The deep dive double chart reading and the whole enchilada combination chart and transit reading with tarot. You can find out about those and other readings that I offer at the link below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.